play into the retake, which is so strong with that agent.
Yeah, even just slamming the push wall here to be able to cross into yellow, push these players back off the site. It's a little split piece into B right now, but C9 were set up perfectly for it.
Vic is in a great position though. Hiding within the orb, that's one. How much more can he get from this position? Nothing else to be done. Another man has tried to slip by, but Mitch loses his opportunity, and it's a straight up 4v2 now for G2.
These harbor walls extending off one another, but now they come down. The fights start to open up, and Valen a little bit on a mission right now. Spotted out from up in heaven. That's going to cause Net to swing around the corner. The fights are a little bit all over the place, but C9 keep coming up on top.
Hello, Oxy goes dashing straight into...
Seen a little bit of the C9 power this comp too, with just all the walls. Right now, G2 disrespecting on just the pistols. Have the option to fight through here with the Dizzy, although it's not really going to amount to much against the weaponry of C9.
Jog gets a plant though, and that in itself is a win for G2 as C9 cleans up flawlessly. They're going to have a super strong bonus round here now with 5 rifles surviving through.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to take a little bit from double mollies. Vic's got plenty of gas too.
And Mitch is here. An angle onto Trent, doesn't find his mark in Trent. He only needed a sliver to get that kill onto Mitch, as this plant should come down basically uncontested.
Yeah, Jaw has to do it himself because he lost the wingman earlier into the round, but has the reclaim there. Still playing active back on yellow, but a dark's about to come in for C9's retake.
Such a well-timed cove. That'll give some safety to Jawjimo on the site. Can he navigate this? Try and find a kill amid the chaos? No. But his team does well to trade out and the fight in from C9. They have to go deep here. Try and deal with these post-plant players, but G2's bringing the fight to them instead. And it puts it onto Vic. Has the wall, but the spam, the missiles, just too much.
Wall to come out, Dizzy up on top, sees nothing, but C9 are ready to hear it flood out.
2 players already in front of the wall, ready to swing through. It's even trades to start, but Oxy can make a mark on this round. 2 kills for Oxy, but Valen somehow fights something back, but he'll need more, and the IGL gets it done as Jonah, he's opened up B.
But it was all heard, right? Vic heard those footsteps going down. Both players shooting in the back of their heads, not finding kills. Now the spike is rotating out of that A space into B.
Jonah wants this fight though. Puts more pressure onto Vic.
Wait, there's only 10 seconds,
the spike
Mimi.
is heading into Vic. Vic could end the round right here. Spike, oh my god, it nearly got away. 7 seconds, Jonah has to run. And Vic
are going to continue to try and get in front of the utility. If you allow G2 to get these easy plants down with the wingman, using utility to force you off the angles, it's going to be hard. Good trade coming out from G2. 2 for 2 is not bad on an eco.
And that's 2 guns that can be picked up here. Jawjimo already has 1, but they slowed down for a moment thanks to the Killjoy Nano Swarms.
There's even a world where Jawjimo could get into his ult this round after planting the spike. So yeah, Net swinging out on this upper angle. He's getting cut down by the Mosh. He's alive somehow.
More fight to come. Net was under a bit of pressure. G2 tucks away. Jaw on the swing though. Brings this one even, and that's the ult you were talking about, Christy. Will it catch anything? No! Vic in the air, up above, needs to find this second player as Leaf. Only a stinger, but he dances around, finds one. And now 1 versus 1. The pistol is out!
A rat. But there are about 4 people headed his direction. Was he seen? I don't think so.
No. How many can he get? No. Ooh, Zeppa actually aware of it.
Zeppa's kind of nice with now G2's A players. They've got 2 guys trying to turn around, but so far they've only are aware of the 1 player on the flank, and C9 aren't even going to commit to it.
Jaw was in a position to try and flip the map there, but doesn't really have the soldiers to make it happen. Instead, he'll fight amid the ultimate, stunned up in a corner, and Zeppa will easily take him down. G2 have to hold the line on 2 fronts, and the pressure coming in from the flank, courtesy of Vic. That needs to be dealt with first. Leaf dances around. Time works in his favor, but he can't find the kill. Still, C9 need to speed this one up a little bit because Trent has all the util he could ever dream of. First half goes in. It's all Trent, but the Annihilation getting used. His missile's already gone. Is there even time in this one? Mitch has to hold, and he doesn't have it already, trying to stick his way through, but it's too far gone.
Oh no! G2 could potentially even try and take into Snowman control as well. Like, they've faced no resistance on the site. Now Leaf turning around to the flank.
1v3 for him, but Mitch is coming at this alone. That's an easy opener. Knows that there's more to come, and thankfully has some util to support.
1v3 for Leaf is another day at the office.
He does not mind those odds. Another good one onto Oxy, and that's the most dangerous weapon of this round taken care of. Zeppa looking the wrong way, and Leaf, easy 1v3 for the man to lock up this anti-eco.
G2 are going to know that this is the weaker site, and they're not even going to bother wasting any time. Now, the thing about Vic is he can get this ultimate down right at the end of the Killjoy lockdown and still not lose the gas on it by being forced away. He can get back into that very quickly and play to flood in.
You see it starting to decay down, and in goes Vic. So he has some space control on this site, but G2 have filled into every gap around the pit.
And G2 have to know that there's the option for him to be back here. They're leaving Jogmo to do a bit of hunting on top side too. But his feet are seen! Oh dear!
Now a 3v5, good position for C9. G2 are pushed all the way back by this utility. It might just come down to the spam. Mitch finally on the defuse. Teo missiles. The first line of defense, but you're right, gets it halfway. And that's pivotal to win this round. Stick coming through, no one there to stop it. C9, these high ground angles, they're immune to the thrash. And Spike is still not planted, 20 seconds. Could this become a bit of a risk? The little buddy needs some protection, he needs some help, and he's done his job well. G2, defend and get the plant down. And now the task is tough for C9. They're retaking into heavy odd.
Plant, but it was a weird plant spot from the wingman. C9 are kind of pinging it on their map now. You can see it on the mini map. It's a bit of an off plant, and I don't know.
Stuff. And now it's the round we've seen so many times before. Harbor Viper on both sides, a retake. An early tap, that's already Util coming in, but again, just spamming through these smokes. G2 finding success and an insurance policy ready. With that wingman heading towards the spike, Valen for another. C9 need to get on that spike now, but G2 just won't let them. Swings ready to come in from a net. Could be the salvation that Cloud9 needed. But it's the missiles finally arriving. He gets it halfway, but is it enough? Net, an impossible task in the 1v2, and G2 and failing to find his mark.
Yeah, the default utility G2 have been throwing into A with the nanoswarms. I mean, that's 2 nanoswarms used. Hold on, C9.
Trap play in mid, it's successful onto 1.
Get that gun. G2 have to accelerate into A side on the other swing of things, but C9 are going to be here on the retake. There's some options now, especially with Rifle in Oxy's hands.
Zeppa already out backside. They're committing an ult into this, but Zeppa's gone. So too is Mitch. I feel like they've seen this round a million times before where C9 look like they have a chance. They start to flood in, but they lose the battle of attrition to G2 players holding the line. And it seems like it may be the same outcome again. Oxy the only one who can turn this around. 2v3. Util still available on the spike. He needs to kill Trent, but they're too good at protecting him. But look how much space G2 get.
Yeah, C9 have no map control either. Like, their mid is kind of gapped right now, too. They're going to be worried about late flanks going in. They're dying back snow.
Every round, Jojimo is killing someone as the plant is coming down.
Man.
And it's another 4v5 retake for Cloud9. They have an ultimate, they have some chances, but they need to win these fights quickly. And Oxy, could he be the man to do it? Trades away the operator into the rifle, but he's traded out so swiftly. Now a lockdown into play. Mitch, desperation to try and hold on to this one, but there's Cove. He hops off it. Spam's good from Trent, and in the 1v1, the lockdown. Could it be good enough? Zeppa tucks away. Trent, a new weapon, but time so far gone. It's halfway. It's halfway. Trent needs the swing, and just in the nick of time for Snowman.
Hey, we heard in the pre-show, Jonah P plays smart, plays safe, but now there's players running at him in snow. Got a teammate up heaven, he's swinging through the wall. Look at this guy go! 2 kills already, and the rest of G2. The cavalry's arrived.
It's not safe, but it's good from G2. This flood is so quick, and already C9 are gone. Good. In the second half, they get a pistol. This is likely going to be a 10-4 scoreline.
Easy orb pickup as well. Nice shots from Oxy, but Jaws here, not enough bullets. He's gonna switch over to the classic. That's no problem.
He's gonna keep fighting this guy.
Mimi, they just keep coming at him, and it's not working.
It's wild because this is the first time Jojimo has played an initiator this year. His first time playing.
He can play initiator. He can juggle. He can shoot. What can he do?
Doesn't seem to be anything.
Spike down. Attacker
Vic.
spawn.
Okay, buddy. No spike for you. Maybe a free kill. Please, please finish the job. Oh God. Here.
Yeah, G2 threw that wall up, and C9 actually not even waiting it out. They've gotten through the Viper orb, gotten through the wall, now some spam, that's the Outlaw dealt with. And they can keep trying to push forward into this site space.
2 players just on the other side of the wall from G2.
Oxy. Oh, Oxy, he's getting
going
cute
for
with
it. Pushing in, Util in hand for Jojimo. What timing does he pick? Here's the drone coming through, looking every which way. A dizzy in his face, a swing from John. It's over for young Oxy. 4v4 now. Zeppa stuck in a tough position here, but C9, they've bought a lot of time, and they'll fall back into deeper post-plant positions. But in comes the util. The forces from G2. Can C9 win out in the team fight? They need it now. The trades have to come through as Jaw begins to hold the Cove in play, and Valorant, he's holding it alone, and Net, too late, too long gone. The defuse is in.
I'll have the Harbor to maybe even throw the ultimate in here. Send Harbor and the Jet into the A site while they slip into B. But it activates too quickly.
And that re-clear is too perfect from Jonah. Now they're using the ult. Is this still a fake? The spike is practically alone back towards B. They're all the way into the site here.
Where are we?
Where are we going?
I'm not quite sure, but Leaf got a kill with the Nano Swarm on A.
And C9 are now trying to amble into B with 20 seconds left.
Leaf hears all of this? Like, this round is just a disaster from Cloud9.
It's cooked. 10 seconds. 4 players here ready to stop the plant. You better save. Make the economic choice. They're doing it. G2 make it to 12.
I mean, look, Mimi, I don't hate the call for C9 to try and fake a site hit, especially when the original intent was to actually send the risk it all and push through.
30 seconds left.
Feels like we are just bowling towards a bit of a massacre on this
Not
site.
the goop again.
C9 get a lucky kill. Net on the spam. Oxy trades positively, but Leaf, trying to hold the line, can't actually achieve his job. And suddenly, this round flipped on its head. A 1v2 time. Not a lot of it left for Jonah. Spike not planted for them, though. First tap, double swing, and the dink.
Even as G2 try to flood on in here, the missiles coming on through. Jaw, this Stark as well, not finding anything so far.
Net's in a devious spot. But G2 still have a lot of forces to win this retake. And Trent's already gotten a kill. Vic up top, though. That's a great shot from him, and time being bought. G2, though, arriving in force and trading out on this site. They leave it down to the IGL, but there's so much facing against him. And G2 back on Icebox for the first time this year. Sure up the map, 13-5.
Look at little.
This map, they're your #1 seed out of their group. They'd be just a match away from Toronto. And it's a fight in mid to start. Jaw, not fast enough to TP out, but the trade, it's good from Jonah P, and things stay even in the 4v4.
Seen G2 run rounds like this a few times. The buddy system now paranoid backside, but already Leaf trying to assist out on this fight. C9 destroy G2 on the B site.
I mean, they took Imi's word for it. Straight up disrespect into B on this pistol round. G2 might just do the same, flooding back through this smoke already, picking up 2 kills and evening out this round. They'll wrap around together. But Oxy, he's playing the same game of chicken. Net spotted out, shots whiffing, but Oxy, he's got his teammates back. And now it comes down to the Deo himself, a 1v2, but missiles. If he susses Net out in this corner, the missiles could be deadly.
Oh, he's a knower.
And it's perfect. Net, doesn't matter. Amid the... Exec is getting stalled for a moment. That should give some time for a couple players to flood in, and Noxy, okay. Running gun, double with the stinger, not a care in the world.
I'm telling you, it's the vibe shift. The disrespect, full running for this space.
C9 want to fight into Garage, and they're successful for one, actually trading out favorably.
Very nice.
They won't hold on to the space for too long, instead getting back into the site, and the missiles in their face become a problem, but the flash to fight is good, and C9!
No one really knows. There's the missile combo, though.
Traded out nicely. G2, okay. Dodgeball gets one with the pistol. Could this get dangerous? Surely not. C9 spraying down. They'll hold the funnel strong. And only one member lost.
Can also respond to where Valen is in Garage pretty quickly.
Off your feet!
Rolling Thunder. Valen cannot avoid that one. He's launched straight into the air. And it's easy pickings for Mitch. That's the ultimate.
The pinch, though.
Oh,
look at this.
The util combo.
Yeah, G2 stepping out of front B, forcing the players into that line. Still a Jet here, but Trent is here way quicker. There's no way Oxy is expecting it. Now G2 with numbers.
Still, the site will be taken for Cloud9, but G2, they're going to be really fast to work back through this. Smoke fading towards spawn. Leaf ready on the duel. And now C9 have to try and find some fight. Jojimo is teleported into the site. No one was looking at him, and Jojimo takes gun.
Oh, the Sova ult.
Already. Pretty much blind, I think, just off a dart there, and it's not going to find anything.
Uh-oh. Look at the player in the corner there. Oxy double! Not going to go up into heaven, but still Leaf is waiting in the corner on short.
And he's gone already. Oxy spinning around again! Finds 3 kills this
race. He's got a stinger. And I mean, if he can cheese a kill.
I think he might just have a chance. Smoke out. Goodbye, Vic. Where's that? Phone going back towards spawn. But it's a fight on the site that's more important for the moment. An alt rip for Jonah
What
P.
am I looking
can't see a thing! He's stuck in the smoke, but his teammates are dying around. And they've solved it correctly. But there's going to be a fight towards lane. Jaw walking in. Back's turned. But the Sting is not the weapon for the job. Trent has to do it. Sheriff in hands! Oh, he almost had that! Now it's a 1v1 in. Jonah not gonna have the chance to even get a brawl here. Mitch is so far back in the time. Mitch has played it perfectly. Jonah, he'll find the kill.
Behind the wall.
Same here. Oxy's on his way, but the counter flash catches him. G2, escape, flooding back in. That's the Blade Storm gone, but Net on the lurk has a chance. He's successful with a kill onto Jonah, but the ults start to fly, and G2 reassert control of backside, leaving Zeppa on an island, stuck with a shorty in hand, gets at least one. And now a 3v3. It's a fight in Garage, and C9 have support available.
Time for Jog mode. Drone into Garage is gonna let Jog creep in here. We're now down to 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Mitch has a fault line back, ready to go. Jaw finds the opener. It's 2-on-2.
Has a clone, sends it through Garage and regroups with his teammate. The clone, though, sticks, doesn't find its mark, and flooding through. Trent goes down, it's Jaw. We need all 3 kills to save this round. And it's a 1v1 against the rookie. Spots him just on the edge, but Vic! He's G2 in a lobby fight. Haven't seen many of these. It's not gonna be the brawl. Instead, they choose to play it more as a trap.
The spot from Jonah.
Oh, it's beautiful. They've caught on to 2. Xenon trying to work through the smoke, but the pistols, they ring true. 4-2 is how it ends after the trades. And C9's still gonna go for it. Zeppa!
Oh, man.
Deleted.
What a cool play, Vic. Paranoid out, trying to run to the site, but how often do you see one? We're calming that we hear it. No, we're not. So we're showing that Vic's on that space, but it doesn't matter because Oxy's already in the site.
That he is, but he's stuck in the thorns in the ultimate. It doesn't matter.
Not
Okay,
again.
Oxy, through every piece of utility, he comes out the victor. Leaf, though, this is his site, and he's not gonna let any man have it. Oxy, maybe the only one to try and find a rebuttal, but he's gone too. And Net, it's a hopeless task.
Try and threaten, they could be creeping up behind it. This lurk smoke also allows them to cross into the space. But because G2 are playing actively around A,
Hold on, Leaf gets caught out by the stun. Jojimo, he's going in, he's sending it forward, but runs out of bullets, it seems. Doesn't interesting Astro Wall.
Just to cut up the site, deal with these hell players on their own.
Great util. So G2, they have the first half of space, so long as they can kill Vic, and he's still causing problems. 1 kill found on the other side of the wall. Net's ready for Valen, and he dips through to safety. Just on the other side. This round should be over. 1 versus 3. Jonah P, no chance. It's lots of ults for C9.
Glass op for Jaw.
I know
And it's gone already. A stun ready to support. Off his contact. Used by both teams now.
We are breach stunning our lurk into the A site, pulling an ultimate while execing Z.
But Valen is still here. He's holding alone, not for long. Oxy shuts him out of this round. And now a 4v3, a kill in mid from C9. They have outplayed G2.
Oh man, now our breach becomes the mid lurk to find a kill. Leaf has pushed out A, so yeah, maybe he finds something, but the reposition for Mitch, as a matter of fact, is almost unclearable. C9 are ulting the enemy spawn, they're droning their own, yet somehow Leaf has snuck in this no, shut up.
Please no. Oh, he's got it down to 1. The ultimate popped, but where is Vic? He TP'd across, takes down Trent, and now it's only Leaf to make this happen, but this time it's gone. Seemed like there might have been shenanigans. Oh. Doesn't matter in the end, and Vic finally nearly kills Valen. Shock darts, Oxy into this site, paranoid up, blinded by every bit of utility, but his teammates do well to trade things back, and C9 looking perfect on this retake. Only is low, but surely it should just be 4 members swinging him at once and putting an end to this one. That's 2, but the support's there. Don't get Ecos in the first half, and they're forcing into 4 Stingers and Ares as well to try and win this one. Make or break on Haven, and Oxy's already found the opening kill. He's just sending it. Oxy, no one's watching him. No one's stopping him. This round is already done. Leaf in another impossible situation, and Oxy's hungry.
But it's really just about getting the insert now for Jaw. Dart doesn't see him, oh dear. Oh dear. Well, now the macro of the round could fall apart from C9. No Sova means no active information that they can gain. You also have the Vise that's been left as a garage insert. The G2, after showing the presence into A, are going to come back into it. It's all on Oxy with this C-long creep down that can sort of be the knife in the side of G2.
Okay, this is a little dangerous now. Oxy, good for it on C.
He's got to be good for more than that, though.
3 players facing him. That's 1, but no more to come for Oxy. At least he's put his team in a winnable position for the 2 versus 3.
Keep your eyes on, actually, Vic taking this timing into sight, but also Jaw going for the late wrap, a timing to be found, but I don't think he's favored on this one. Mitch, just don't start running. Don't start running and keep your gun out.
Vic, 1v3, reposition up top. But no tap, no one's gonna swing. Missiles, a pull, everything but the kitchen sink headed his way. And G2, this is their round. At least 4 in the end. Starts towards mid.
Yeah, just ready if there is that early mid-aggression to fight back into it.
Ooh, this is a very good position from Oxy. Bladestorm up and down goes the most important man for G2 in this round. Oxy wants more though. This is one hungry boy. He's heading back in. No blades, no problem. He'll dip away. Does he even want to stick around?
Question is, do they clear this spot?
There. Mitch might just walk into him. It's all about the timing, and Mitch, he's so ready.
Yeah, pulls the stun out of Jonah P as well, so this round is slipping away from G2.
Yeah, Oxy's already up on the flank. 2 versus 5. Ooh, that was nearly a freebie, but the shoulder tucks in, and C9 flawlessly make their way to map point.
So he said that garage attack from G2 the previous round was their signature move. How do you...
Would have just become pistols. Deep Thorns used. A shorty for Oxy. Just saying hello to old Jajamo as Valen takes his timing through garage. And now finally C9 gets a group up. They get to make a go of this retake in somewhat even ground, but Valen trying to hold on to this line, needs to help out his teammates, but everyone's blind. And C9, they'll get on this defuse, but the missiles are coming in. Half is denied, and there's time. Is it there? It absolutely is. C9, 13-4. Go in, get proactive. He'll sit within this smoke. Wants to try and find a reposition because the Yoru's coming in to pinch him. Vic, unprepared, but Oxy still in position, not for long. Trent takes care of him, and G2 cleanly get a 5v3 in the post.
Yeah, Planter gets out no problem too. There's 3 players bundled up in backside. C9 needs someone to find some openers. That someone is not going to be that. It's all starting to fall apart for Cloud9 as they continue getting stalled. Now the crossfire's coming to play, and as C9 make quick work of this opening pistol.
G2 out, well, they're gonna have to clear a hell of a lot out here. That's 5 players ready to go on this brawl from C9. But G2, they're just holding strong for now. They're dealing with this one perfectly. Not a player loss.
A isn't gonna do a great job of selling the fake, especially with Oxy still finding Valen over there, but that's the typical lurker. Hold on, nice kill from Leaf.
That is a tough one for Oxy to lose out on. And now this B site wide open. Thorns are going to mean a flood retake is nigh on impossible, and Jaw's already arrived. Net, you better get out of there while you still have a chance. Missiles coming in at his feet. He's somehow alive. Sneaks his way out of that one.
Standing ahead.
But can C9 make something of this retake? It seems unlikely to start in the bonus round. It starts to feel like it's falling away from them. Some sort of salvation in Halls. Vic,
Nice
so
TP
good
bait.
in rounds like this.
Wow.
Already on the spike, a spam for the headshot, but Leaf, against his former team, activates. 3 kills already. Knows exactly where Vic is, and he cannot find the shots in time. As finally this retake is beginning, but with the lesser weaponry and the time already bought, G2 are in a great position. Jojimo lines them up, nearly flicks onto the 4th, and puts to bed this anti-eco.
Hold on, I thought Jonah P was built for these rounds. Why wasn't he finding any of
It's gonna be a big fight here. Likely decider of the round. Zephyr with a clone ready. Through the util, he fights forward, and the trade's favorable for C9 to start. Stun onto Valen, and Mitch mops it up, leaving only Leaf on the lurk, who's already caught off guard. And C9
was in the A main space this time. It's tag teamed ready to pinch and take this fight.
net tucks away, so Mitch is on an island, but no one's looking at him. Mitch controls the spray, and he's rewarded with a double. And now you have to turn face to Oxy. Has a couple angles to worry about here. The player through street, the 2 still in long, but a dash popped in a perfect position for Oxy to go mad. Not time on the re-rack of the bolt, but his team has got his back, and Trent, just not enough HP to try and make that Aster wall from the attack. C9, the 3 players ready to work through. That cage is perfect to flood.
Look at that go.
Armageddon's not going to do anything really. Soval now coming in, but G2, they open. For 3, that is ready to hold strong. And Vic, he's made clips happen in this position before. A chance to do the same. G2, 10 seconds. That spike needs to come down. Josh trying to do the job, and his teammates, they need to protect. Ult's coming in. C9 holding. And it's a 2 versus 3. Jonah, amid it all, finds a kill. Oxy's arriving very late, but he finds the shot true. A 1v2. Jonah in an off angle, but he swings straight into the operator.
Finally, Oxy has a chance to play a round out, and he locks it up for C9. I mean, that stall was beautiful. You could see it unfolding. G2 had good positioning on the map, but C9 didn't give any early fights over. They throw down a combination piece of both those Cypher in the previous round, but opening up stronger into B. And even when they have opened here, Oxy has never found an early kill with the off. He's always fallen back. He found 1 backside. That's it previously.
Here.
Calls in that quick Yoru teleport.
Oxy popping the blades. Nearly found a piece of Jonah. Jojimo, okay, just within the flashes, the cage is everything. Oxy, that's only 1 from him. You would have thought he might have found that adjustment. G2 get the plant down. And Jojimo towards spawn. Pushing into them. Vic, he was prepared, he was ready, but it wasn't enough when you're facing the dog. 3v2. John's going for more! 20 health on that kill! And Trent, there's gonna be a lot of pressure on him. Has to dash all the way back. Missiles at the feet of Net. Jojimo out into the halls again. But the operator, it's down 2. Very good from Trent and Jonah to hold. That's a tripwire kill! A trip kill in the midst of a round like this. That grants Net a Thorns kill! What the hell is going on?
It's just a utility fiesta on the B bomb site. Cloud9 and Mitch now with the operator in hand has crept back into the site. The drone is gonna see him, but not see that he clicked over into the op. Now though, the stall is being working down. Mitch has to be able to find an opener. G2 are just gonna be able to win out on time, and they will. Vic is here. Maybe even looking for a half stick. The spam coming in. Hold on, no, not again, not again. The missiles to pull him away. And now another chance, smoke in 3 seconds. He'll have just enough time to go for it if he needs. Not if he gets pushed though. No, he's going down. Trent wins the round for G.
By 50 seconds, a gap in the smoke. That was another chance, but I can't find it either. Mitch out on the site. Oh my God! That's a collateral on the Sheriff, but doesn't matter. Maybe not. G2 have traded this even in a 2v2, but Oxy still has a Sheriff in hand, and you know he's good for it. Valen's low. 1v2. A peek onto Oxy, but Oxy!
Cutting through.
Another fight for A main. Oxy, within his own cloud burst, is dealt with, but Mitch, again, finding his impact. Trades are through, and G2, this time 6.
Is really nice here.
He spots out one. Mitch pops the ultimate. How many can he
it's a
tag
double.
here? I think that's a double to start. How much more? Oxy's down, and the Sova ult doesn't get a kill. Zeppa's out of the ult, straight to his death, and it's a cataclysmic round for Cloud9.
On paper, that was beautiful, and now the tripwire, Mitch is going to be able to punish. This art fight could be everything. Great timing seized by Cloud9, 2-on-3 now.
And guns picked up, but they're ulted off. No noise, doesn't matter for Mitch, as Valorant is very low, but it's a plant for backside.
Spike planted.
One cage on net.
Mitch has some shocks here too.
Had
Valorant
to
is
use
so
the cage,
low.
though. Trent's already working a reroute. Missiles in 10 seconds. Another tap. There's the kill for Trent. But down goes Valen. Mitch trying to win this one out, and the damage is good. But Trent's running for the hills. He'll tuck, hide, the shock dart. Could it do it? Not quite. Trent again, elusive in this round. The shocks again. Could this be the one? Not again. Mitch holding, trying to get this one halfway, and he gets the kill. The time,
He has
it's
it.
close.
He's got it.
Mitch down to the wire, and he's... Smoke fades. Oxy and Zeppa, the two-man team. A drone, spots them both out. Judgment, good night. What an adjustment from Zeppa. He's gonna go for more, spam through. He'll have to TP away, and now 2 more players ready to overwhelm him. Net.
Hold on, Net's on the wrap. Net finds the first, and now the players turn around. G2 still up.
But there's still players tucked on this side, and no one's looking at Mitch, but the trades from G2 again. Every player routed, every member dealt with, and Vic down to 13 health. He's gone to G2. 8th round, just in the nick.
Pretty likely G2 are leaning towards the A side of the map. So you're not going to log that away from future use.
Judgment with the Marshall. Clean opener. He won't get greedy.
Look at the flash and haunt combo there, pinging 3 players. No one can shoot it. So full info gain for G2. Just realizing that Net is the unseen player, and it doesn't look like Trent is going to be fooled by that.
Nah, he's ready for it.
All missiles away.
Yeah, he knew, because it's like, wait a second, Cypher wasn't seen A main. I've got a guy over in street that hasn't seen anything. This guy has to be coming into me, or he's baiting in spawn. And yeah, he wasn't baiting in spawn. He's dead on the floor in art.
2 players left for C9, and
okay.
I mean, a little dramatic with the spam through the smoke. That's not. Jonah P walked up in art. Oh, Jonah, they're very close to him, and he's not long for this world. Let's see if Joe can get anything. Maybe a shot with the Marshall, not today. C9's duelists get entry into A.
Yeah, you turned on the infinite ammo glitch. You forgot to turn on the actual aim assist. Not going to be too much use for him on that one. C9 clearing away things pretty calmly in this round, apart from Valen slipping on through.
Seemingly always going to get one with the Stinger. He has a gun. And honestly, some damage wouldn't hurt.
Look at all
on
the
the site.
angles. All the angles C9 have in the post.
Well, they know where he is. If he had gotten that kill on Mitch, maybe you start to believe, but can't go for it. Instead, just have to play kind of a set retake now. Smoke's still up in their face.
Good scouting to see a couple. Now the pin. Now we're going back into sight. G2 trading out evenly to start things off, but just like that, it's all Trent, all on his own. Spike not planted for C9.
He has the ultimate, though. And in the 1v2, that could be big. No, there's a gap. Vic, though, just pushing, running, and winning amid the...
Combo with the teleport into backside, but not going to be an option this time, I don't think.
Clone gets broken this time. Double dive in. G2 pushing through. Jaw finds it with the classic, and Zeppa, he's alone, walled off from the rest of the team. And C9, for what could have been a beautiful double dive play, instead it's all going so wrong. Ping pong, they swing in and start to fall. Mitch, he's been electric this game, and Vic as well, there to...
Is known, even with 20 seconds. Trent shouldn't be able to get out of this choke point. He's gonna have to take the timing on the next tap. Are you kidding? Are you joking?
It's just a stinger.
He's
Vic
waiting for it to stick.
The plant, the swing, the stinger! And the Thorns, they'll try and stall out. Oxy into backhaul. Can he find a fight here? Valen around the corner. He was stunned, and he's still...
C9 are gonna have to be perfect on the approach.
It's into Leaf and Valen. Dart catches onto him. That's a very good start. And Valen amid the pull is taken down as well.
One
it's
dart.
Even 3v3, but that's the ultimate use. Jaws spots out too. Where's that third player? Hiding in back hall. It's perfect info for G2. Can they win it still? Vic, that's a very good kill to find a second from C9. They're making something of this round. This fake still being sold on B, but G2 is not biting on it. In the corner, Jonah stunned. I don't think the Yoru saw him. There's missiles at his feet. That's one. The classic for two. Jonah does well. But can the team win the round off of
20
it?
seconds left, and Arsova is lurking through B. The spike is still back in main. C9 are winning the fights, but they still got to get that spike down.
Oxy, that's the kill he needed. The spike somehow fords the river.
10 seconds
And
left.
Valen, from what really could have been a G2 round, is now in a 1v3. Could he make something of this? The first kill already taken. A tap on the spike. Darts going in. An astral use. He believes in this clutch.
Okay.
He swings for the fight, but Zeppa's holding it. Jonah on the jiggle. Vic holding for it. Can he dodge the haunt? No. Caught by it.
Just half a second off. Less than that. And
Where did Leaf get that kill? Making it onto the site. 20 seconds. A flash ready to go. G2. It's Operation Stop the Spike for the end
haunt.
round. Is the haunt? It's just perfect. Judgment for a kill, but the plant goes down successfully. But it's still a 5v3. And G2 are patient. They're spamming away at Vic.
waiting on Leaf to lurk into Art, but he takes those shots. Now C9's attention turns.
But that'll let his teammates out onto the site. They've killed the anchor. And now it's only a game about Art. Spam through the smoke for two. Net! Has he done that? C9, are they pulling this back? Surely not. Surely Mitch can't pull this one off. The stick to half. The shorty in hand, a jump around the corner, but G2 lock up the...
Seeing that the passive info of the Vise is on A.
Hunter's Fury, there's still a TP for Zeppa. He's
We
here.
TP'd with that?
Yes, arrives on the site. Net for a kill onto Jojimo off the lurk, but they're sticking to their guns, holding strong in A, and Trent, 1 HP.
Beautiful.
Net on the other side with the follow-up, but the flood is here, a little quicker than Vic may have expected. Still, C9 have established a good post flank.
Wait, they're stuck behind the wall. They can tap.
They can, and C9, they're gonna feel rushed to make this fight happen, and updraft, forward, Valen, too many angles.
Bolts now for Cloud9.
Over the wall they go, and goodbye to the Vise.
Look at Oxy's pathing too, up into heaven, coming back with the, oh my word!
He's just spamming every smoke. No respect left in the tank for Oxy. There's a shorty, but it won't matter. Okay,
They want to fight forward because G2 have Yoru, Teho, and Vizolt on the retake. This lurk in mid. Ned is going to find Leaf, and that disrupts everything from G2.
G2 are still going in with the ultimates. Jojimo, Yoru ult spots out one. Armageddon is being used, but no one is going to get caught in that whatsoever. The C's, no audio. That'll get one kill for Jaws. Shona trades back as well. But look at the map. C9 is everywhere.
C9 are lurking back in spawn in street. Mitch has to find some kills. He's been so good for C9 today, but he falls. And now G2 an option to get back onto the spike. Vic doesn't have the utility left anymore. It's being stuck on through. Vic in a 1-on-3 takes the first, but the stick goes on in. G2 have the...
It's a standoff in A. One player
standoff at
holding
doors.
it main. Jojimo falls off the angle, and now it's about the anchors. It's about G2 holding this site and locking it down. Finally, the payoff. It's net to die, and it's C9 an inch away. So close to overtime.
There's no time, Mimi.
20 seconds, the op again. Jojimo, he's ringing true. And the bell, it's ringing for Vic. Ja! The one